Happy Wednesday and welcome to the Doom Report. Well, the outlook was that there was going to be good news. However, I don't think that's the fact. I was really hoping this ceasefire thing was going to work out, but doesn't seem like it's going to. Israel has been pounding the daylights out of Lebanon, who was supposed to be included in this ceasefire thing. Seems like the only ones adhering to the ceasefire is us, and I'm not really sure that's true. There's already been some airstrikes on Tehran and Karaj and Isfahan inside Iran. So it doesn't seem like there's much ceasefiring going on. The IRG Aerospace Force has said that we are preparing a harsh response to the crimes of the Zionist entity in Lebanon because they've just been pounding the daylights out of Lebanon. And there are reports of U.S. airstrikes taking place against Tehran. So, you know what? I was going to come on here today and kind of say that the only ones that brokered a peace deal was us with us. And it doesn't even seem like that's true. The whole thing's a joke. It's a farce. It's probably just out there to boost the stock market so that the powers that be can suck another few $1 trillion away from the rest of us. The stock market will go way up. They'll sell all their stocks and then it'll go way back down. And hey, what a surprise. At the current moment, the stock market is up 1,238 points today. Wow, what a shock. Now, some of you are probably saying, but they said ceasefire. Yep, they said words like ceasefire. But, I can say words like Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, but that doesn't mean any of them things actually exist. Now, they did let 2 Greek ships through the Strait of Hormuz today, but it's still essentially closed. So the whole peace deal it's a joke. It is a complete farce. Bibi Netanyahu has said this is not the end of the campaign. The negotiations are a stage on the way to achieving our goals. The Iranian foreign minister has said, we warn of dire consequences of the criminal actions of the Zionist entity against the Lebanese people. Stopping the war in Lebanon is part of the agreement with America, and the crimes of the Zionist entity are a blatant violation. I didn't think this was going to stick, but I thought it might stick till Friday, till the stock market closed. But at this point in time, I'll be surprised if it lasts that long. Bibi Netanyahu also said the ceasefire does not include Hezbollah. Today, it suffered the hardest blow since the war began. Now, according to the Pakistani mediators, the ceasefire did include Lebanon and Hezbollah. So, you know what? They're just doing whatever they want. The ceasefire thing is a complete joke. The Associated Press reports from Washington that the White House says that Vice President J.D. Vance will lead the U.S. negotiation team to Islamabad for talks aimed at finding a permanent end to the war. Well, good luck with that. The White House also demands that Iran reopen the Strait of Hormuz immediately after Iran said it closed it again. The Lebanese health minister says at least 89 people have been unalived and 700 wounded in Israelis' midday strikes in Beirut. Doesn't really sound like much of a ceasefire to me. So, several vessels in the Persian Gulf has received messages claiming to be from the Iranian Navy, stating that the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. That report came from Reuters. And contradictory to that, the White House press secretary says that the Iranian reports of the Strait of Hormuz being closed are false. So, who knows what's going on? Vice President J.D. Vance claims that the U.S. is not interfering in the Hungarian election, but yet he's over there campaigning for, Viktor Orban. So who knows? And the Gulf countries continue to scramble to intercept missiles hours into the U.S.-Iran ceasefire agreement. Yeah, they hit everybody last night. So you know what? It's laughable. Iran is demanding crypto fees for ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz during the ceasefire. There is a lot of chatter going on in the back channels right now. I mean, a lot of chatter. A lot of things about the 25th Amendment. a possible, well, I guess you could call it a coup. Yeah, when the midterms roll around this year, if we even have midterms, it's going to be ugly. Oh man, I'll tell you what. This should be a day that we're going, hey, good, things are getting better. But you know what? I hate to tell you, it's not. And we haven't even felt the effects from all these shipping delays and the fertilizer shortages and the oil production facilities that have been damaged or destroyed. It ain't even started yet. So expect your prices to continue to go up increasingly high percentages over the next several months. The Artemis 2 astronauts are now under Earth's gravity again after leaving Moon's sphere of influence. You know, I got a couple messages the last few days saying, OBP, this ain't even real. It's all fake. Because I was talking about the pictures taken from Artemis that showed the moon and the Earth. They were saying that's all AI generated. And you know what? They might be right. I mean, I could probably whip up an AI generated image that would be believable with the AI that you and I have access to. Now, the AI imaging devices that the powers that be have are decades more advanced than what we have access to. So I'm sure they could make these images and make them look real to us. So, you know what? Yeah, it could all be fake. Absolutely, it's possible. They could all be sitting in a studio in California and yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I would like to think we went, but there's no way I can 100% guarantee or prove that we actually did. So, guys, keep doing the things. If you're under the illusion that things are about to get better, or I got bad news for you. I would love things to get better. You know, this whole Doom Report thing, when I started doing it, was meant to be a 2, maybe 3 day a week little update on what's going on around the world. It wasn't meant to be an everyday thing. Well, and then the world decided to take a giant dump on us, and now we can't seem to get away from it. I would love to get back to doing prepping videos. I got about a dozen of them that are either in the works or half started or half complete that the news cycle won't let me get time to finish them up. So I had no intentions of becoming a news channel. However, I do have sources from back in my days and that keep feeding me information. But it was only meant to be, like I said, a 1, maybe, I mean, a 2, maybe 3 day a week little update on what's going on around the world so that we can all stay informed. It was not meant by any way to be an everyday thing. But it has become an everyday thing and will continue to be until things get calm. I do need to get some prepping videos done. Maybe I'll work on that this weekend. Depends on how much I'm going to end up working some overtime later on this week. So that might put a little dent in my plans. Guys, keep prepping, keep doing the things, keep your head on a swivel. Don't wait for SHTF because it ain't going to wait for you. Try to have a little fun. Go out and do something you enjoy. The weather's finally getting nice. It helps your mental preparedness, which is a big part of your preparedness journey. So go out and do some things you like, things you enjoy. As soon as I get some free time, I'm going to do a little more hiking, I'm going to start doing some fishing. And we're going to try to have some fun this summer and still do the things that we need to do. Hopefully you're all planting a garden, growing some food. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to push all the buttons. I really appreciate it. It helps because the algorithm is not happy with the prepping community. I think you're all aware of that. So, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Have a good Wednesday. This is OVP signing off.